The first force that destroys kings is when they forget where they are coming from. When they are quick to forget where they are coming from. Look at David. David was a great man. David was a man of war. David became a king through war. As a matter of fact, David was so conscious of battle that David was fighting animals. A lion came for David. For David's sheep, he killed the lion. A bear came, David killed the bear. David was a man of war. But all of a sudden, it was now time for war. It was a time for battle. David forgot that this same war is what made him king. This same war is what elevated him. This same war is what gave him ascendancy. This same war is what gave him acceleration. He felt it was time to rest. There are so many people today who God has given some level of greatness through humility. But now pride has entered. You are forgetting where you are coming from. What God gives you by his mercy is kept by his grace. Remember where you are coming from. You came to church as an usher and you were so desperate to get married. Now, as soon as you got married, you dropped usher uniform. Kept somewhere. You feel you don't need God anymore. Many people are following God politically. Don't follow God like that. Don't follow God with a political mindset. You forget. David, this is you. Do you know how David heard about Goliath? They were discussing. He eavesdropped on their conversation. He heard them talking about one giant of Gath. One man that is almost 9 feet in size. They were not talking to David. They were just having a general conversation. And David moved forward and listened. And he said to them, what shall be done for the man who kills this Philistine and take away the reproach from Israel? They were really talking to him. That's how interested he was to fight. But David got to a point. He felt he has arrived. Oh, Yakato Pratish. There are many of you, the little favor you are seeing now is because of your previous commitment to God. Now that God has lifted you, you have become too busy for the same God that lifted you. Remember where you are coming from. There are people, at night, they will pray. They will carry a megaphone. They were so desperate. Father, if you can give this to me, you can give that to me. You were desperate. You were so desperate. Nobody knew you. You had no identity. You had no semblance. Nothing. No comeliness. Now God has given you a level of lifting. And now, pride. The things you will not tolerate, you now tolerate. You are now so blessed that your best kind of drinks are alcoholic drinks. Yeah. This is something you wouldn't do before. Wealth doesn't change people. Greatness doesn't change people. It reveals their real identity. It reveals who they really are. It reveals what they stand for. There are certain things about your life and your stand that should not change. No matter what you see and how you go. You were dressing well as a young girl. You cried to God for admission. As soon as you got admission, you joined the daughters of Eve. Your appearance changed. Your identity changed. The same God that lifted you, you are not proud of him anymore. You have to move. You have to move with the girls. You have to do like them. Okay? You have to appear like them. You have to wear the latest. You know, this is school. I'm not a big girl. Forget where you are coming from. Not knowing that the level that God has given you now, that level you think is your greatness is only a test. It's an introduction for what God wants to do in your life. Let me tell 5 people, don't forget where you are coming from.